Ladies, gents, boys and girls, welcome to this next presentation, this video in a series. And today we're going to be focusing on consistency and the notion of never quitting even when things get quite tough. And what do you do when things go wrong? You feel like they're not working. There's always a couple of key things, simple, basic things to come back to get you back on track. So here's a couple of truths we're going to start with about fat loss. Going to sound a bit obvious. Fat loss is actually very, very simple, but it's not easy. And when I say simple, the actual mechanics of losing body fat are extremely simple. You burn more calories than you take in. And you can do that in two ways. You can either manipulate the diet, increase your exercise, which is obviously the calories you're burning, and it's usually a combination of the two. So the actual mechanics are very, very simple. Everyone knows that, but why don't people get the results that they want? Why are you actually guys on this program? Why are you trying to lose body fat? Why are you overweight? Because it's not easy. So it's actually very easy to learn, very simple to learn, but it's not easy to put into practice. And we're going to look at some very, very basic things here. And most people overcomplicate things. And I'm not necessarily talking to you guys when I say that. I'm talking about the media and people in the fitness industry, people like myself, coaches, personal trainers, nutritionists. They bamboozle you with different ideas and diets and special training schedules. And it's just, when it comes down to it, you don't need any of that. You just need to stick to some very, very basic, hard and fast rules. And here's one thing you want to look out for. If a diet has a special name, ignore it. If there's this amazing diet that comes out from Hollywood, please ignore it. If some trainer comes out with, here's my special fat loss plan, and it's called XYZ, ignore it. The diet you're going to be following on this program is the diet you're already eating. We're just going to control the calories. So there's no diet. It's just healthy food, controlled calories, looking at macros, looking at protein, fats, and carbs, but there's no special name for it. I could call it a special diet, but it's not. It's bullshit. It doesn't need. You've got food, and every single one of you that will watching this video, whether you're watching this live or in your 12-week program, or whether you're watching this in the mastery, you're all following a very different diet because you're eating the foods that you enjoy and that you like to eat. So there's no name for the diet. And it isn't meant to be really hard. If you find the process of losing body fat and getting in shape super hard, you're doing something wrong. Because when you get the basics in place, it actually becomes very, very easy. And you'll see from the clients that are in the group now, losing 20, 30 pounds in their 12 weeks. Once you get it, once the penny drops in this 12 weeks, and it will for all of you, you're going to realize that it's stick to the basics, and the results will come. So we're talking about being consistent, trusting the process, and being patient. And we're only doing this for 12 weeks. Although what you learn in this 12 weeks is going to last you for your lifetime. The big thing here, weight loss is never linear. And what I mean by that, 2 + 2 in weight loss or fat loss does not equal 4. A lot of people come into the program with goals. Let's say someone wants to lose 24 pounds. And I've used 24 because it's 2 pounds a week for 12 weeks. Nice and easy. It could be 3 pounds, 36 pounds. Bold goal, punchy, but some people do it. Let's say your goal's 24 pounds, and you think, well, okay, I'll break this down week by week. It equates to 2 pounds a week. And you go and lose 4 pounds in the first week, which most people do. They lose quite a few pounds in the first week because they've maybe change their diet, they've increased their exercise. There's usually quite a quick result in the first 2 weeks for most people, not everyone. 3 or 4 pounds, and people think, oh great, I can do 4 pounds in the first week, I'm going to do 4 pounds next week. And you even put more effort in, your diet's better, you exercise more, and you only lose 1 pound. You start scratching your head and think, oh, how's that working? Then in your 3rd week, everything's going really well, and you get on the scales on the Monday morning and you haven't lost a pound. As long as you know that weight loss is never linear, and we can't predict that. One thing we can't predict is how much weight you're going to lose each week. All you can do is stick to the diet, the calories you've been given, the training program that you're doing, getting to sleep on time, hydrating, all the things that we're talking about within this coaching program. That's the one thing you can control, but we can't control the outcome. And as long as you know that 2 + 2 does not equal 4, you could put all the effort in and have a week where nothing moves. And if you quit and give up and think, it's not working, if you just stayed an extra week doing what you did last week, and then 3 pounds goes. If I look at some of the clients that have achieved the best results in the last couple of years on this program, I would say, I haven't actually looked at the figures, I would say that nearly all of them in their 12 weeks, there's been 3 or 4 weeks where they haven't lost weight. So on paper, it might only look like they've lost weight 8 times out of 12. We think, well, 4 weeks, they did nothing. No, because it was the work that they were doing. Just because you're weighing in on Monday doesn't mean that you're suddenly going to be a couple of pounds down on Monday. What happens if you weigh in on Monday, yet the weight was going to come off on Tuesday or Wednesday, but you give up because you think things aren't working on Monday? Still do your weigh in, but just know that weight loss is never linear. That's the first thing to think about. Okay. And I've said this so many times, keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate things. And if things aren't working, you've got to go back to the basics. So what are those basics? You're probably wondering, okay, Gav, tell me what the basics are. Here's the basics. This is just it. It's what it comes down to. I can tell you right now, if you're not losing weight, it's because of the food you're putting in your mouth. First thing you want to do is, are you tracking your calories? When people say to me, Gav, things aren't working, I'm not losing weight, I say, well, how diligently are you tracking those calories? And they go, well, Monday to Thursday I'm good, and the weekends go a bit off piste, and then I was away on holiday, and then I didn't, I didn't track for a couple of days, but I'm back on it now. And okay, stop right there. Track your damn calories every single day. That's it. What gets measured gets managed. And if you guys watching this, listening to this, if you're in finance or you own a business, you've got any company, you're running any type of business, if you don't know your numbers, you're going to go bankrupt. You know your numbers right down to the last pound or the dollar. And we need to know the calories. Simple as that. Okay? Start tracking your calories. Increase your protein. You've all been told to most definitely increase your protein from your original diet. Increase your protein for all the reasons that you know. Satiety, keeping you fuller for longer, switching your brain on, appetite suppressant, building muscle. And if you're new to this program and you haven't heard or seen the modules on that, you're going to get that very soon. Stay hydrated. Simple as that. Most people that don't drink enough water, let me rephrase this, by being dehydrated, it can actually send a signal to your brain to eat more food. So when people think they're hungry, very often they're dehydrated. 2 to 3 liters for most people is a general rule. I'm not sure what that is in ounces. I know the Americans use ounces. 2 liters, you're in a hot climate, or you're sweating a lot, maybe to 3. No fancy measurements, but just drink lots of water every day. Exercise, movement, we all know that. We all know the benefits of exercise movement. Just whilst we're on exercise movement, forget about the calories you're burning in the gym or going for a run. That's not the aim for exercise. Although it's a byproduct of exercise, we're not trying to burn calories. That's not what we're trying to do. We're going to decrease the calories or control the calories by the food you put in your mouth. Tracking your calories that you burn, 1, it's highly inaccurate. 2, it's not the aim. The aim is to get strong, build muscle, get fitter, build endurance. Calories are a byproduct of that exercise. Sleep. So what's there? 5 things there. Calories, protein is within that. Plenty of water, move your body, get some quality sleep. The rest is just noise. If I was going to write a magazine or a book, you could ignore 95% of the crap that's out there and just focus on those 5 things. And if you followed that with a plan, you'd have the best health, the best results, all the fat loss you could ever want for the rest of your life. It's as simple as that. Stop looking for a magic pill. Stop looking for a magical pill. Again, it takes me back to, you know, when Hollywood releases a new diet or some trainer comes out with this magical way to burn fat. There's nothing magical out there. There isn't a magical plan. There's no silver bullet. There's no golden ticket. It's simply controlling your calories, moving your body, and doing the basics. So trust the process. Do not get derailed when you think things aren't working for you. The shiny objects, we've all been there. Oh, maybe if I tried this and I'll try this, and oh, she's doing that or he's doing this. Ignore it. Trust the process. Yes, that is Bigfoot riding a unicorn. And you're more likely to see Bigfoot in the forest riding a unicorn than find a magical pill that's going to help you burn body fat. There's no magic to this. It's simple, basic ideas that you need to stick to. Fat loss is boring. It really is. It's boring. It's mundane. It's consistent daily action. It's monotonous. It's not exciting. But if you can put up with that for a period of weeks, and in your case, 12 weeks, the results are exciting. You've seen the results from the guys on this program. Just did a testimonial video with Jonathan today, 20 pounds. I've got one with Bashir next week, 24 pounds. There's been over 30 people this year that have lost 20 pounds or more in this program. And all I've done is stick to the boring, methodical, consistent daily action. Not exciting. If you're expecting fat loss to be exciting, you're on the wrong program. That doesn't mean it won't be fun, as in you won't have fun in the process, but it's not this crazy program or this fancy diet or cutting this out or adding this in. That's not what it's about. It's just about doing the basics. Here's the question I get asked all the time. Gab, it's not working. What do I do? It's not working. What do I do? The two options, and this comes down to the basics. And this is really it. This is fat loss in itself. Option one, lower the calories. That's your input, calories in. Option two is increase exercise. That's calories out, the output. It's as simple as that. It's a simple equation. Fat loss is energy balance. We need you in a calorie deficit where you're burning more than you're taking in. It really is that simple. Now, usually, in fact, in every one of your cases, if you're watching this video, it's a combination of both. We've reduced the calories, so there's a reduction in your overall calorie intake for the day or over the week, and we've increased the exercise. And it's manipulating those two to find the right balance. That's simply it. That is fat loss. There's nothing else to add. Don't overcomplicate things. And never panic. Never panic. As I said, nearly every client that I've worked with, if we actually look at their numbers on paper, we would see that, in fact, I'm going to use Samad, who's in the group at the moment. He was on the call on Monday night, and he lost 24 pounds in his first 12 weeks. It was brilliant. And funny enough, he was one of those fairly consistent, but he only lost weight 7 times out of 12. So there was 5 weeks where he didn't lose weight, and I think, my memory serves me correctly, there was 2 or 3 weeks in a row where he didn't lose weight, and he started to panic, and he thought, it's not working, it's going to stop. But he said, what do I do? Control your calories, move your body, drink your water, get your sleep, forget the scales. Lo and behold, they started moving again. He ended up with 24 pounds. He's actually in the mastery, about 3 weeks away from the ending the mastery program. I think he's about 34 pounds down now. He's the lightest he's been in about 7 or 8 years. They never panic. Here's a little concept that I want to talk to you about, and this is kind of part of it and part of the basics. The acronym NEAT stands for non-exercise activity thermogenesis. And basically, this is the calories, these are the calories rather, that you burn when you're not exercising. If you think about your metabolism is based on 24 hours. And obviously for most people, 6 to 8 hours is we're asleep. So we're looking at 16 hours of being awake at work, walking, playing with the kids, shopping, walking the dog, all these different things. That's the vast majority. You're going to burn more calories in the time where you're not going for a run, not going to the gym, not walking, as in planned exercise sessions. So my point is, get your steps up. Aim for 10,000 steps per day as a basic minimum. Then look at your planned sessions. So let's say you're only doing three sessions a week. Let's say you're doing an hour of some type of physical activity, planned activities in the diary, the gym or a walk or a run or yoga class or Pilates or Zumba, I don't mind, whatever, doesn't make any difference. 3 hours out of 7 times 24 is not much. So the vast majority of the calories that you're taking in, the burning of those is going to come from the times when you're not exercising. Okay? And get your steps up. And weirdly enough, fidgeters burn more calories. Now, hands up digitally, obviously I can't see you, but hands up if you've known anyone or friend, family member that can seem to eat loads and loads of food, never put any weight on. Pretty much guarantee that they're fidgeters. They move staccato type movements. They move up, they stand up, they speak, they use their hands a lot, they go to the toilet, they go to the water fountain when we were at work in the office. They move a lot. Fidgeters, if you fidget with your legs, bounce your leg up and down. Fidgeters burn more calories. So am I saying go out and fidget? Maybe. Maybe that's practical for you, maybe not. Just an interesting little throwaway there. So get your NEAT up. Get your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, raise it up, move your body as much as you can. Simple as that. This can very often be the ticket to accelerated fat loss, because you can do more of this stuff than you can actually, I've got to go and plan a session at an hour at the gym. Okay. And when things aren't working, I always tell clients to revert back to your why. What's your why? Why are you doing this? What are the reasons for you trying to lose 20, 30, 40 pounds, whatever your goal is? So what is the goal? Write that down. I know in module 1, we talk about that. And really focus on what would achieving that goal mean to you. Because it's not the weight loss on the scales. It's not the number on the scales. No one's interested in the actual number. Although you want to see that I'm down 2 stone or I'm down 4 stone. 2 stone, 28 pounds. You want to see that number, but no one, you bump into a friend you haven't seen all year for lockdown. No one says, oh my God, it looks like you've lost 28 pounds. No one says that. They say, oh mate, you look great. Fantastic, Eugene. Wow, what have you been doing? You've lost weight. No one knows the number apart from you. No one gives a shit about the number apart from you. And the number doesn't mean anything anyway. So someone's got a lesser number than you. Does that mean they're better off, happier, more energy, less body fat? No, it's just a number. So forget the numbers, but think about what would achieving the goal mean to you. And this is some of the things when I put this presentation together, top of my head: energy, confidence, fit back into clothes, save my marriage. I've heard it many times. Improve my health, promotion, make more money, role model for kids, stay around to see the grandkids. That's a decent reason why. Losing weight for the summer, great, but get some emotion, get some passion around that why. Because when things go wrong, or you think things aren't going right, rather, because nothing's going wrong, but it's just a mindset, it's a perception that you think things aren't working. Or you have a week where you get on the scales and you've done everything and scales haven't moved and you think, oh, it's not working. Think about why you're trying to achieve that goal. That's going to stop you quitting. Unfortunately, I have had the odd person just give up halfway through, 5-6 weeks into it, it's not working. He or she's 12 pounds down at the halfway mark. It was bloody well working. Just needed to stick with it. Focus on the why. But if things aren't working, or you think you want some acceleration, here's what you need to do. It's going to seem simple. Come to the weekly call. Now, ironically, when things aren't working, people tend to not come to the weekly call when it's the one thing they should come to. Okay, You get the support, you get to ask the questions, you get the motivation, you get the inspiration of people doing what you're trying to do. So when things are going bad or you think they're going bad, come to the weekly call, Monday, 8 p.m. I cannot overstress how important that call is, or at least check in the next day, or email me or email Adam, ask for help. If we don't hear from you, I'll chase you for a couple of weeks, but there's 25 people in the group at the moment. I can't chase everyone every week. I'll keep asking a couple of questions, but sometimes you've got to come to us and say, look, Gav, it's just not, I just can't get my head around this. Adam, can you help me out with this? Let us know what's going wrong. Because we've seen it before. I tell you, whatever problem you have in this 12 weeks, I've seen it 100 times before, and I can tell you I can solve it. But you've got to ask for help. And it all comes back down to the basics. Start tracking religiously. A few years ago, I didn't ask people to send their macros into me every week. I didn't have the feedback form that you're filling in every week. And I used to let people of their own accord, are you tracking your macros? They say, yeah, I'm tracking them. And I would let them, their word was enough. I get to week 6 and some people say, oh, things aren't working. I've only lost 2 pounds. It was never that low, but I'm not losing what I thought I would. I'd say, well, show me your macros. You've been tracking them, right? No, I haven't been tracking them. I know if you're not losing weight, it's because of the food you're putting into your mouth, or rather too much food is putting into your mouth. Start tracking and watch the modules. The modules are there to help you guys. There's lots of coaching in there. There's all the info you need. There's lots of ideas. There's the coaching exercises to bring to your coaching calls. Watch the modules. And they're there for good. You know, after the 12 weeks are finished, the modules are there for good. You've got lifetime access to the program. But watch the modules. They really are. I put them together, but they're very good and they will help you. Okay, so just immerse yourself. Learn as much as you can. And here's boils down to this. If you're not losing weight, you ain't in a calorie deficit. It's as simple as that. If you're not losing weight, you're not in a calorie deficit, even if you think you are, even if you're exercising loads and your diet's very healthy and you seem like you're doing everything right. If you're not losing weight, you're not in a calorie deficit. It's a law, it's non-negotiable. And it's not a law I made up. God, the universe, whatever you believe in, physics, it's just the way it works. If you're not losing weight, you're not in a calorie deficit. If we increase the exercise, calories burnt, output, or decrease calories taken in, input, we will start to see the scales move. And it only works 100% of the time. So the odds are in your favor. Okay, so if it's not working, we need to look at input and output. And I guarantee things will start moving again. And here's the last slide. Like I said, it's a short presentation. Don't quit. Quitting is the easiest thing to do. When the going gets tough in anything, in this 12 weeks coaching program, in business, in relationships, it's easy to quit because you can just say, yeah, I've had enough. It's not working for me. This works for everyone. Okay, some will get better results than others, but it works for everyone. Okay, so don't quit. Quitting is the easiest thing to do. And that's the end of the presentation. I will see you on the next module. Take care.